Hola, hola, bienvenidos. Welcome to a new episode of the WorldsAcross Tool Box. My name is Juan, you know me, mi nombre es Juan. With me as always, we have the cameras, the WorldsAcross team, Vicky, Siriana, bienvenidas, bienvenidas. Today we're having a special video. I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna share a little bit smart ways to learn this beautiful language, Spanish. You may be wondering like, why should I learn Spanish? Oh, not that's too difficult. Or the why, simple, like because everyone's speaking Spanish right now. Everyone, and it's a beautiful language. You want to travel to around the world. You know, Chris Martin, the Coldplay singer, was here in Buenos Aires. And he has been speaking Spanish in all his concerts. That's hilarious. That's crazy. He speaks very good Spanish, by the way. Kudos, Chris Martin. The why is simple. The how sometimes could be a little bit tricky, right? Because maybe we don't have the resources, we don't have the time, we don't know how to. So today we're gonna give you some nice tricks to learn Spanish or to take it to the next level, right? That is what we want. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you is, the most important thing is motivation. You know you can do it. Like you have to believe it. And why you want to learn Spanish? In how long do you want to master this language or to learn it, right? Motivation. That's like maybe you do it part of your routine, like every day taking classes or reading or watching movies or whatever. But motivation is 100% the first thing in the learning languages in general, right? And the first, now besides motivation, let's talk a little bit about like specific ways to do it. The first one, music. Music is beautiful to learn a language. Vicky, did you use music to learn English where you were?
Yeah, I remember when I was little, I used to translate the songs. I remember translating the Oasis song. Is that how you say it? Oasis?
Oasis, yeah.
Oasis, I guess. And yeah, I love to do that. And I think that's how I got
totally.
most of my vocabulary.
Gracias, Vicky. Totally, just totally right. Like translating the lyrics, just singing to practice the pronunciation. That's the perfect way to learn the language. Maybe you won't like learn Spanish in 1 month of singing songs, but maybe you can practice your tones, your tunes, your pronunciation, or maybe by writing the lyrics, you practice your spelling. And this is something that maybe not in 1 month, but in 6 months, in 1 year, you're gonna be learning Spanish like this. I have a nice story. I was traveling with this friend. He learned Japanese just by watching anime. And this is a real thing. So there are many ways to do it. Again, motivation, and that's it. And like you have to be constant. The second suggestion, by the way, the first suggestion, I always sing, right, Vicky?
Yes, it's awful.
Sadly for them, I always sing. I love singing. When I was a little kid like Vicky, I didn't write the lyrics, but I was always singing. I remember the Backstreet Boys, Bon Jovi, and I think that helped me a little bit. My English is not great, but I think it's kind of good. Okay, second suggestion is, sorry, I got too excited. And my second suggestion is definitely reading. Maybe you like reading in your native language, right? You like to read the magazines in English or to read like articles. That's a great way to do it. That's a great way to learn because you get used to structures, to vocabulary, to how long are the sentences, how do we write. That is very different from English. So this is a perfect way to do it and to mix it, to blend it with something you like, right? And I think learning a language is about that, like trying to mix what you like with what you're trying to learn. Also, we have the watching movies suggestion. Again, something you like, something you love, And not only that, and you mix it with the language, but not only that, Spain and Argentina, especially those countries, they have a very big like movie industry. I don't know if you already know it, but Money Heist, La Casa de Papel, it's produced by like in Spain, obviously, and it was pretty like huge. And they have some other series and movies that you can watch and learn, and maybe you use the English subtitles, or you're in a high level Spanish subtitles with Spanish speaking movie. That's a perfect way to learn, and that's something that is fun. It's not like a task, right? It's not making you like sweat and oh my god, this is horrible, right? It's about that. Definitely, I think a good way to practice, to learn the language is to listen to podcasts, right? Like podcasts are a very good tool, and they're trendy, right? And maybe some people like suggesting you how to do stuff, or like straightforward telling stories, or giving you vocabulary. I think that's a pretty useful way to learn a language, and to learn anything. I don't know, Siriana, have you ever like learned something out of a podcast? Okay, Siriana's laughing, but okay. I think like podcasts are a very good tool to learn anything, and language is not. It's included in those topics, right? And finally, you can always take classes. By the way, WorldsAcross, we teach unlimited Spanish, and just to let you know. But yeah, taking classes is a very good way to learn, because you do it at your own like pace, and you try. And if you have a private tutor like we do, and everything's adapted to your needs, and it's a very useful tool. I think it's the most effective. I've witnessed this, and definitely it's fun. Like education is not what it used to be, like something too structured and like super heavy, super dense. And now it can be more fun, more natural, more organic, and this is definitely going to help you. So you can choose the one you like, the one like adapt to your needs. But well, Vicky, what do you suggest for that?
I think what I liked the most when I was learning English was watching series. I watch Friends all the time, and that got me not only the vocabulary but the expressions that native people use. And also I like to read, but I don't really like to read. So I read Twilight, and people's gonna laugh at me.
I like to read, but I don't really like to read.
I don't really like to read, but when I get hooked with a book, then I like it. And I remember I read Twilight when I was little in English, and it was pretty nice.
Oh, I like it. She doesn't like to read, but sometimes she likes.
But when I do it good.
Yeah, you heard. So it's about this. It's about like picking like what you like, what you don't. You put it aside and try to make the most out of it, right? And so guys, come in here. Like, how do you learn Spanish? How do you learn like any language? Do you like it? Do you have a suggestion, an advice? So come in. Nos vemos pronto. Chao.